What is going on, everybody? This is episode 596 of the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller. Over here, we talk about Georgia Southern Atlanta Falcons football, and today is not going to be, it's not going to be that bad of a day as far as commentating on the Falcons. But I am a little disappointed in a few things. So we're going to talk about that just straight up. Nothing else is really out there for the most part. So we're going to talk about this Breon Borders suspended for 2 games, and why I kind of feel a little let down about this whole situation. It's not the end of the world. I will say that it's not, but it is kind of disappointing. So we're going to get into that. I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on it, and we'll just go from there. If this is your first time here, welcome. I could be found on YouTube and Rumble. I'm also on Anchor, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts. Go ahead and subscribe over there if you haven't already as well. The YouTube, Rumble, and the podcast avenues don't necessarily sync up sometimes, so it's good to subscribe to more than one so you don't miss an episode. Also, I am on Twitter where I mostly talk about things there that don't make it to the show, and you can check out the website, which is firstandframerates.com. So let's just go ahead and get into this because it is Thursday evening. You know, I'm getting ready for the weekend and everything, so I'm a little mellowed out. I'm not really, I'm not really hyped up like I am in the beginning of the week, trying to get the week out of the way. You know, it's the downhill part of the weekend, so I'm just chilling on the internet, just looking around. Not much to really talk about in the sports world as far as the Falcons or Georgia Southern goes, but I ended up seeing a article. Well, I just started to see it all over the place, but I did see an article saying that Falcons cornerback Breon Borders suspended for the first 2 games. Now, I know it's 2 games, but why does this disappoint me? Because, like, first of all, nobody's perfect. And that just goes for him, whatever he's suspended for, and the coaching staff in the front office. Then nobody's perfect. We all miss on certain prospects. We miss on certain signings. We miss on certain things that happen in the game of football. It happens. But I know that Terry Fontenot and Coach Arthur Smith really preach on the culture that they're trying to bring to the table. And I get it. I don't think that Breon Borders is a bad guy. I don't think anything like that. But I'm just trying to figure out, how did you not know that this could be coming down the pipe when you're signing players? I don't really know how that happened, because they're not really disclosing why he was suspended. Maybe he didn't even know. Maybe it's a performance enhancing situation. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if it is or not, performance enhancing, could it be gambling? I don't think it's gambling if it's just 2 games. I mean, it could be, but I don't think it's anything that happened with the team per se. It had to happen prior to him getting signed with us. But my thing is, the coaches, and they do their due diligence when they're bringing people to the organization. They've done a really good job on signing players. Most of the guys that they've signed really are about the culture of playing football. And I'm not saying that Breon Borders is not. It's just that, is this something that they knew about or what? If it's something they knew about, then I feel like this is something that they can handle. They knew it was going to be out for 2 games, and they're just going to weather the storm. Or this is a situation where they didn't know and they were blindsided about it. Either way, it's just disappointing. And I'm not here to point any fingers. It's just that you would think that stuff like this would not be an issue. If anything, you would think it'd be just like straight football related. Like, you missed on the player because he didn't perform well. I mean, everybody looks at Jalen Mayfield when we talk about that, because Jalen Mayfield, now he's at right tackle, and people are saying that he's probably going to be outdoor because of his situation moving to right tackle, which, to be quite honest, he probably should have been there in the entire time. But that's a whole other story for another day. But when you look at the situation, I feel personally is just a little disappointing. It's not to say that it's the end of the world or anything, but you just think that with everything, the way things is going this off season, as small as this is, I mean, it's not like a really, really big deal. Like, you're missing a huge piece of the puzzle that you invested in. You still don't want to have these hiccups and mishaps. It's a setback, because you also have to understand Breon Borders is coming in to compete at some level with the rest of the team, but your best ability is availability. And if you're going to be behind the 8 ball, even if you are, practicing with everybody, you could do as much as well as you can against other players, but the first 2 games of the season, you're not going to be available. So I don't even know if it goes as far as him not being able to be on at Flowery Branch. Can he practice? Is he going to be with the team? Is he just gone the entire time? And when the 2 games are there, he has to, after game 3, he's back. I mean, nobody knows. I mean, he just came across the wire a couple hours ago, and it's just, it's still up in the air. We just don't even know what he did to get the 2-game suspension. It just really sucks because you would want, all of your players available. You don't want anybody out, let's say if an injury happened or whatever. You don't want, those happen. But outside of injury, you want your players available, all of them. I don't care if he's the 5th cornerback on the team or he's the, first string quarterback. You want everybody here. So it's really interesting at the end of the day. It is a little disheartening, a little bit disappointing because you don't want any of your players to be suspended. I mean, you want them all here to be able to play, and it's I would like to see him, try to bounce back or wherever it is, come back and play for us and be somewhat productive. There's already been rumors about him being on special teams or whatever. I don't care where he is. If he's on the field, I want him to contribute. I want him to be able to be in a position to make a play. I want him to be in a position to stop whatever that's coming his way while he's on defense. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are on the team. I just want you to be at your best if you're going to be playing for the Falcons. So at the end of the day, it's really, like I said, it's all about availability. And with him being around the league, I mean, he's been in like 10 teams already. In the 5 years he's been on the league. I think he's been in the league 5 years. And this is really not helping this case. It's really not helping what he's trying to do. So for right now, we're basically looking at a situation where, what's going to happen is we're going to see him with the team going forward. Is Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot going to stick by him? Because the competition is high right now. This is why you sign people. That's why you bring people in. And I think that we just brought in another defensive lineman that was formerly with the Steelers. I think he's with us now. So it's this is the thing that's really interesting about how this is going to play out, because I literally don't know. So I don't have much else to say about it. It's to me, it's unfortunate, really. I mean, that's the only thing I can say about it. It's really unfortunate. So I don't have anything else to add. I guess this is going to be the end of the episode because I don't want to go round and round in circles about it. I just wish that whatever's going on, he bounced back from it and he'll be a contributing player for the Falcons. If you like this commentary, hit the like button, share this podcast, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know what you guys think about this. We just signed Breon Borders 2 days ago, and he's now suspended for 2 games. Do you think it's going to set anything back? Do you think it's okay? There's nothing wrong with this? You think he's going to, Terry Fontenot and Coach Arthur Smith is going to handle the situation properly? Do you think he's going to be all right to play, after the 2 games? Is he going to make the team? What do you guys think? I personally, I really didn't want to say this, but we have a 90 or 93 or something man roster, and we got to get that down to 53 by the end of the preseason. His chances aren't looking good at this point, in my opinion. I don't think they're looking good with this situation. So I don't know. Maybe, something to be there to just make me think otherwise, or maybe eat my words. We'll see. I can be found on YouTube and Rumble, Anchor, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts. Thank you guys for the support. Can't thank you guys enough. If you made it this far, please hit the like button, share this podcast, let people know what we're doing over here. Follow me on Twitter, which is at VFBaller, and check out the website, firstframerates.com. Go over there and subscribe to the podcast through that avenue, or you can support your boy with the link on the website. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. You guys enjoyed the rest of your Thursday evening. I will see you guys on Friday. Y'all take it easy and y'all be blessed. Peace.